everyone. This is Poleshift Alert. How's it hanging? I know we go pretty hard around here, and life's pretty much just a dick measuring contest, and everybody wants to, check things out and see where you're at and try to see if they can't measure up, as it were. So we want to let you know we're always going to be trying to keep things stiff. We don't want to be limp. We don't want to be limp. No, we don't want to be that. Other guys got that market cornered. A lot of people say to themselves, look at the balls on this guy. This guy, he's got balls the size of watermelons or something, and a brother's not going to lie. They are big. I try to tell ladies, if you ever go anywhere with me, don't worry. I always am going to make sure you're protected. I got my 9, but I don't carry a weapon. Okay? So just remember, we're number 1. We don't fiddle around. If you guys want to go small, that's up to you, yo. Don't include me on that. We're all good all night. So when you're trying to take things to the next level, and you just simply don't know where that next level lies, you just go hard AF. And then you let everybody try to keep up. Now, we've discussed Southern California and its coastlines before. Let's talk some more about Southern California and where the problems may lie that they may not be telling you about. Let's get into it, shall we? There is one possible outcome right there, folks. Future USA coastline. And this gentleman that said that he was in the Philadelphia project and they were trying to be able to transport ships, teleporting them straight to the shores of like China or Japan and be able to attack instantly with no, warning to the enemy. He said that this experiment worked, and him and his buddy land a couple 100 years in the future, and he said the coastline looked pretty much like that right there in the year 2137. He said LA was underwater, part of San Francisco was underwater, but there was a little island in LA, Altadena, Pasadena was still above water. Let's show you some of these problem areas. Here's some former U.S. coastline, so you can see it's changed a bunch of times, and we're just don't know anything about these past coastlines and the cities that were there and who were on those coastlines and why was that area so flooded in there. And it's my thoughts that was a tsunami that flooded that area right there. Wow, look at that, would you? If that went underwater right there, God, that almost looks like wow. So yeah, if that went underwater, we're going to have what looks like a huge, for a coastline. I could get into that. I think that this area right here up off the coast of Seattle area, Vancouver area. Why do they have all of these areas marked? And if you look inside those marks, it almost looks like there's a splitting event. Doesn't that look like a split? And then a split there? So is something splitting off the coast of Vancouver and Seattle area? Here's an image of the bottom of the ocean coming down the Juan de Fuca Plate, showing that it is splitting. And this imagery is from Google Earth. This is no bullshit. This is no bullshit. So this is splitting down And I'm going to show you the area where this is starting to split. And you can see the one side on the right is starting to go downward. Notice that. Right there is where that is starting to occur. So, do you all see that? Right there is where that Google Earth imagery shows splitting. And that area on this side is going down. Like that guy said, part of LA goes underwater. This area is going down. That's where the splitting is occurring, where that yellow circle is. Also, there's a problem area in the San Francisco area. This is called the Monterey Bay area, as you can see, right there underneath that yellow line. This area is also starting to split and crack. So, is this going to be where the inland sea fills in? Because it does appear that that area is starting to have some cracking that is quite severe, almost coming up to the shore where it could be seen by human beings. Here's another map. Will this be the result? Will all of those people go under, and will this coastline start to look like that? I believe that this is absolutely happening. Absolutely, this is going to happen. Who's drawing these maps? Where are these coming from? With these former coastlines. Who's doing this? How would they know this? Is this projections? Are they running some kind of simulations? Something's going on. Someone knows a hell of a lot more than they're telling us. Here's another map somebody was kind enough to draw. Does that look like any coastline you've ever seen in the West Coast? Sure doesn't to me. So these guys are plotting out possible scenarios of the West Coast according to what they believe will and won't occur. Another beautiful map of a potentially future U.S. coastline. They probably won't mention that you were around, just like they didn't mention any of those previous guys either. It's starting to seem like they wouldn't tell us pretty much anything until they had Terminators knocking on our door, would they? So are they robbing us? Preparing us for camps? Preparing to terminate us? I've seen robots that are taking absolute spray from military and not falling. If they send things like this after us, if we have some plot going on that we don't know about and we're not being told anything but lies, and now they're flooding with us all with the lies from the past and telling us everything now. They're telling us about aliens, this, that, everything. Why would they do that? What's the gag? Why did they tell us nothing for all those years and then all of a sudden they want to tell us everything? So they can control and destroy us? In 2 days from now, we're going to find out if the rapture is 7 seconds of lost gravity. Do not go anywhere on Wednesday. You could float away into the sky and die. Maybe not. Who knows what is true and what is a lie anymore? I don't trust anything. Is the rapture 7 seconds of lost gravity? It's almost party time. We're going to find out if that eye in the sky is real. We're going to find out if anyone's coming to help us. We're going to find out if the bad guys win. Because you know what we're starting to figure out? No one's stopping them so far. We always thought James Bond movies were a lie. And it turns out the bad guy might get all the way to the finish line.